Yes guys, welcome back to another video. In this video, as you can see by the title, we're going to be discussing 4 reasons why you should become a firefighter. Now, it's always good to keep in mind that all of these videos I'm doing are just my opinions and my experience as a firefighter. I'm just giving out how I feel and what I think personally. Therefore, anything I say, don't think that it doesn't apply to just you, because you might be different to me and just as I might be different to you. Also, my opinions might be different to you, the same way your opinions might be different to me. But less of that, let's get into the video. So, first reason why I think you should become a firefighter, in my opinion, is because of the shift patterns. We do a 4 on 4 off shift, which consists of 2 days, 2 nights, and then 4 days off. So if you think about it, if we do 4 days on, 4 days off, in a week we get half the week off. Therefore, in a year, you get half the year off. So you only actually work half the year, technically. And then if you add in things such as your annual leave, you get even more time off. So you do get, in my opinion, quite a lot of time off. It's not a bad thing, I think it's actually a positive, hence what's in this video. So that's definitely a reason why I'd consider joining the fire service if I was in your position. So like if you get, for example, if you book 4 days off, because we call it a tour. So if you book a tour off, you then get 12 days off, so you get the 4 days off that you'd have anyway. You've then booked the other 4 days, so sorry, you get the 4 days off you already have, you get the 4 days off which you've booked off, which you would have been working, and then you obviously get the 4 off again after that. So 12 days off for just booking 4 annual leaves. Technically, you only work 2 days a week, so you do 2 days, 2 nights. Therefore, for me anyway, I like it because I only have to be up early when I'm at home for 2 days a week. I'm not really a morning person, so getting up only 2 days a week rather than in my previous job I was getting up 5 days a week, sometimes 6 if I worked a weekend. 2 days a week definitely is good for me and might be good for you. Personally, having days off in the week especially is good, I think, because you can do different things at less quieter periods where everyone else is at work on the 9 to 5. You've kind of got days off in the week where you can get your stuff done. I like going, for example, shopping, because it's not as hectic, it's not as busy, it's very quiet and very peaceful. So that's a benefit for me. It might be the same for you. There's a lot of reasons why the shift patterns work for me personally and why I like having days off in the week, which I'm going to talk about later on in the video. But let's get on into number 2. So this is a great job in my opinion if you have a side hustle or a hobby. So by side hustle, you probably know what I mean, but if you don't, it's just things like if you're working on something on the side. So let's say, for example, I used to customize trainers. I still do it now and then. So I used to customize trainers, which I'd like doing. It was also an interest, but also like a little mini side hustle. A job like this would be great for that because you get 4 days off a week, so you've got time to do these kind of things. And if you've got hobbies as well, you've almost got time. For example, if your hobby is swimming, say for example, you can go and train at a swimming bath when it's less quiet or it's not as busy. So it's definitely good in that aspect. Another reason why I don't mind it is because I'm someone that gets quite easily distracted on weekends. So if I'm working a weekend, or sometimes if I've got days off in the week and then, yeah, like I just said, I'm working the weekend, it avoids me having these distractions because I know I've got work and I can be more productive in the week when, say, my friends are at work themselves and they're not asking me to go out, etc, etc. So yeah, that's another benefit for me. It might be the same for you as well. Now, number 3, next one is if you have children. This is a bit of a controversial topic because people think that, I think the narrative behind it is if you work shift patterns, you kind of neglect the time you have with your children. I personally don't have children, so I can't speak on those that do, but I've spoken with firefighters that do have children and I've got some of their experiences which I'm going to share with you. The general opinion is that it's great if you've got kids, because you get to be there for the school runs, you also get to be there for after school. If you're on a night shift, you obviously get to have the whole day. For example, if your child has a school presentation, for example, or what I mentioned previously is if you've got to take your child to swimming lessons, you can do this in the day and still have work on the night time, whereas a lot of parents can't do that, I suppose, because they've always got to get like babysitters or take the kids to nursery, things like that really. So the majority of firefighters I've spoken to that have got children say it's really good. It's like the shift pattern works perfectly for them. They also say if you've got children, you get 2 nights. You think about it, you've got 2 nights of the week that you're at work, especially I suppose if you've got a newborn who's keeping you up all night. Maybe the 2 nights a week are a break for you. However, I don't think your missus would be particularly happy, but she's got to understand, I suppose, hasn't she? Now, last but not least is gym/fitness. So we all know how important it is to keep fit and keep active. That's whether for it benefits your mind or your body physically. How important the gym is. Personally, I think the gym is probably the most important thing to keeping your mind healthy. There's obviously been various studies on how the importance of the gym is positive for your mental well-being. The best thing about the fire service, in my opinion, other than attending fires, is having a gym on station. It's the first job I've had where they actively promote your fitness. So there is shift time allocated to use the gym to maintain fitness, because as you're probably aware, it's a very physical job, and it's also very important to stay fit as much as you can. So having that time for the gym normally at the end of the day is so good, and it's for me personally, sometimes it's like a weight off your shoulders. If you've had a really stressful day, you can just go in the gym before you get home, let off some energy, I suppose, let off some steam. Of course, you don't always get to go in the gym. If you are busy or you've got priorities other than the gym, then they obviously come first if you're not in an incident as well. But fingers crossed, you get to go in the gym as much as you can. Now, this is just some personal experience from myself. I found that having a gym at your place of work is good, and it also motivates me more to go to the gym, because I know that in my job role it's important that I stay fit and healthy and active. So having a gym there, you almost have no excuses, whereas in my previous job I'd do a day's work and then once you get home you're like, oh, I don't want to go to the gym, I've just been grafting for however long, and then you've got to get motivation from there. So with the gym at the fire station, it's almost like you don't really have an excuse. That's what I like to tell myself. It's there. It's part of, you get allocated time to use it. So why would you not use it? There's no negatives. It's just a very positive environment to be in, I suppose. It's like they say, your environment has a lot of influence on you as a person and how you are. So having a gym literally where you're working, you've almost got no reason not to use it. So yeah guys, that is the end of the video. I hope you've enjoyed, I hope you've gained some value, I hope you found it interesting. Let me know how you're finding these videos. If you've got any ideas, let me know in the comments what you want to see or what you want me to talk about. If you follow my Instagram and my TikTok, you'll see some behind the scenes. Mainly on my TikTok you get a lot of behind the scenes of day-to-day life as a firefighter, things like that really. Also make sure you've subscribed and liked this video, as it does go a long way and it helps us reach other people that are trying to get into the fire service, because I know there's not a lot of information out there. So I'm just trying to push this out to kind of help people and promote the fire service really, just to because it is a good career, and it's definitely one of the best jobs I've had, if I'm honest. But yeah, like I said, I hope you enjoyed the video. Smash the like button. See you later.